I hope you are good and warmed up because we're learning a new chord today. Yeah, let's dive right in. Our new chord is F. So let's take our G7. Let's take off our ring finger and then move the middle finger from the C string over to the G string on the second fret. So you're just swapping strings there. Yeah, that is F. Going from a C, it is very much like going to the G7. You start with your C, the index finger goes down, but then you reach over. So I want you to play around with that for a bit. Just pause this video, play around with it, get so that you're feeling comfortable making that switch, and then let's do some skills and drills together. Let's practice going from F to C. Why are we starting with F? Well, because we're going to do songs in the key of F. We've been doing songs in the key of C. So now we're going to do 2 songs in the key of F. We're going to do 4 Fs, 2 beats to switch, 4 Cs, 2 beats to switch. Remember this from before, except for we're only going to do 4 beats on each because you already know your C. Only half of this is new. So 1, 2, ready on F. F, 2, 3, 4, switch, and C, 2, 3, 4, switch, and F, 2, 3, 4, switch, and C, 2, 3, 4, switch, and F, 2, 3, 4, switch, and C, 2, 3, 4, switch, and F, 2, 3, 4, switch, and C, 2, 3, 4, switch, and F, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to use the timestamps down below to help you repeat this section if you need it. And have you gotten the printout material, or you can use it from your computer too? And you know, those little sections are also in there, as well as all the warm-ups. So yeah, it's free. Take advantage of it. Let's do another skill and drill. Let's do the F to C, but only 1 beat to switch. 1, 2, ready, begin. F, 2, 3, 4, switch. C, 2, 3, 4, switch. F, 2, 3, 4, switch. C, 2, 3, 4, switch. F, 2, 3, 4, switch. C, 2, 3, 4, switch. F, 2, 3, 4, switch. C, 2, 3, 4, switch. F, 2, 3, 4, switch. C, 2, 3, 4, switch. F, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll bet you guessed it already. No beats to switch. Here we go, starting with our F. 1, 2, ready, begin. F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 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 F, So here's a little pep talk. If you're finding this challenging, there's good reason. There's good science reason behind it. And so I don't want you to be beating yourself up that, well, this seems hard. When I was in college and I was studying Suzuki methods, the instructor that I had, very renowned Suzuki teacher, was saying that, you know, when a child learns something correctly, it takes about 40 repetitions. But then if they learn it incorrectly, then it takes about 100 repetitions to repair it. Well, now that I'm an adult, I'm going like, well, are you kidding me? It takes hundreds of repetitions for me as an adult to learn something right for the first time. And then we're constantly relearning things. There is no such thing as relearning something this F is really, you know, it's part of a G7. So I'm finding I'm constantly taking things that I already know and having to switch or change them to make them something new. So relearning, yes, can take more time than learning something that's fresh. And that's because our pathway is already established. We're building a nervous system highway. And literally, we're building nerves to teach ourselves to process how to do this. And so our nerves have got a certain path, and then all of a sudden, we got to go bushwhacking again. So be gentle on yourself. If you need more than one day just to process this, give yourself the bounty of doing that slow and deliberate. I'll give you another story in case you need more pep talk. I'm a runner. I took up running. I ran my first race just before my 50th birthday. And I discovered as I was running particularly longer races, but even like a 10K, half marathons, that I started passing people at about the halfway point. And the reason I did that is I take walking breaks. I don't run the whole darn thing. I take walking breaks. And so these people that have been running the whole time, I start passing them by about the halfway mark. You know, it's like first we're just kind of like doing a little trading as I take a walking break. And next thing you know, I'm pulling ahead because they're all fatigued. And the same thing holds true with learning music. You know, if you're really trying to push and push and push all the time, you would do better if you gave a push and then relaxed a bit, gave yourself that benefit of letting things kind of sink in, because deliberate actually does work. And so I first learned learning things not slowly but deliberately from my experience being an athlete and doing my running and triathlons. So if you're ready to go on to the song and you're just hearing this and going like, what is she talking about? Well, good for you. The song's coming up next. So if you're going like, what's she talking about? This is easy. Then, well, good for you. I know that would not be my learning experience. So head on to the box diagram next if you're ready for that. 2, 1, 2, ready, begin. With these box diagrams that you're starting to see the patterns. When you compare this to Achy Breaky Heart, it's the same pattern. If you do 6 of one chord, end it with 2, what you ended it with at the end of those 2, well, you take it up again on the next line and then go back to your original two. So take a look at those, start seeing the patterns. This happens in music all the time. Two of our 2-beat patterns to get us in on F. Our introduction. 1, 2, 1, 2, and here we go. My grandma and your grandma were sitting by the fire. My grandma says to your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, Iko one day. Giacomo fina anane, Giacomo finane. Look at my king all dressed in red. Iko one day. Bet you $5 he'll kill you dead. Giacomo finane. Talk about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, Iko one day. Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. My flag boy and your flag boy were sitting by the fire. My flag boy told your flag boy, I wanna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, Iko one day. Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. See that guy all dressed in green, Iko one day. He's not a man, he's a loving machine, Giacomo finane. Talk about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, Iko one day. Giacomo fino anane, Giacomo finane. Giacomo fina anane, Giacomo finane. Love to hear how you're doing learning a new chord. I also wanted to point out to you, I don't know if you noticed, that I'm not playing this instrument. I'm playing another instrument that can also be purchased on Amazon. I have a link down below. The biggest difference with this instrument is, price. This is currently running about $77. This is currently running $90. They come with the same package, but this has a solid koa wood top. Koa wood is like the quintessential island ukulele sound. I really like it. This particular instrument is actually quite loud. Now, I sing all the time for a career, so I'm really comfortable singing, and I can put some extra boost behind my voice. If you have a soft voice, you want to go with something like this. If your voice is louder, this might be a great instrument for you. I hope that this tutorial and play along has brought you joy and confidence in your ukulele journey. I would like to thank all my patrons for their great feedback, song suggestions, community building, and your very important financial support for my teaching efforts. If you appreciate what I do and have a few dollars a month to spare, I encourage you to join our growing Patreon community. Don't forget to hit that like button before you go, and keep spreading the ukulele love.